watching Arsenal Productions, brought to you by Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Gettle's got it. Welcome to Lehigh Acres, Florida. The Riverview Rams trying to bounce back right now after their loss to Venice 46-23, coming off a bye week, trying to get a critical district win. My name's Addison Resco. So glad to have you alongside with us here at Lehigh Acres. The Riverview Rams coming into this game as the number 2 seed now in the FHSAA playoff bracket. They fell from the number 1 spot where they were after the 46-23 loss versus Venice. They actually held that 1 spot for one additional game, but Venice, after a big win against the 36th ranked team in the state of Florida, they move to the number 1. Riverview moves to the 2, and a win tonight all but secures that they will be the 2 seed. An important get, because the 2 seed for Riverview would mean 2 playoff games at home. Riverview won the toss and elected to defer for the second half. Brody Carroll deep back to kick it away for the Rams, and we are underway for this district game in Lehigh Acres. Lehigh on the return, and it will go out to about the 26-yard line. So this Riverview defense coming on out, and they'll have to face a Lehigh offense that has been hot to end this season. It's not the record that Lehigh wants. They come into this game with a 3-5 record. However, they held their own against the Sarasota Sailors. They won that game by a score of 43-33. They did lose last week on the road at Key West, 40-22. And on first down, it's a quarterback keeper for Rayful Guest. Has played 3 games so far this season, making his 2nd straight start. Second down and 10 coming up for Lehigh. Rams defense had been exceptional all season long. They hit a roadblock last week or 2 weeks ago versus Venice, allowing 46 points, the most they've allowed since that preseason kickoff classic. The second down carry goes nowhere. Rams defense all over that one, and it brings up 3rd down. This Riverview defensive line has been elite all season long, as Rayful Guest comes back into the game, went to the bench for that play. Guest in the shotgun, Rams showing pressure, they back up. Over the middle, and it is incomplete. Was trying to find Dexter Smith, but he could not haul it in. And so a 3-and-out on the first drive for the Lightning. Just could never get anything going on that drive. Had it play wide open, just cannot come up with it. 4th down. Joshua Olivia back to punt it away. Ashton Clough deep back to receive for the Rams. He's not been the return of the whole season, but he has taken over that role since the midway point. Olivia gives it a ride, and it will bounce off a Lightning player, and it will be downed at the 38-yard line. So that's where Riverview will take over on their first drive. We'll hear a quick word from Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football.
First down and 10 for the Riverview Rams. Parker Nipper in the shotgun. Hands off. No, we'll keep it. And then I'll flip it back to Huffman. A tricky play from Riverview to start this game, and it goes for a gain of 7. Second down and 3. Second down and 3. Parker Nipper has really excelled in the run game so far. He didn't utilize it a lot earlier in the season, but so far at the back end of the season, it's become a big part of his game. Isaiah Belt goes in motion. A screen this time to Miller, and a nice move by Anthony Miller. The recent Davidson College commit gets it across midfield and down at the 46-yard line. This Riverview wide receiver room was so needed in that game against Venice, and they could not be found. You had a couple plays from Sheffield, but the passing game really couldn't get going. These next couple weeks, as you prepare to possibly see Riverview again, these Riverview receivers are going to have to shine. And it's caught by Sheffo. There goes Sheffo, and it's a walk-in touchdown for Riverview. Was able to keep his balance, and Riverview, 4 plays into the game, strikes first. Just great balance, great control right there from Noah Sheffo, right on cue. This Riverview receiving room gets going. And with that pass from quarterback Parker Nipper, he has just set the single-season passing record at Riverview High School. With still one more regular season game, it's been a while since Riverview has had such a dynamic quarterback, in the Riverview offense, right after their worst game of the season, picks up where they left off before that Venice game. 7-0. Receivers get it going. On the road.
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Welcome back on into Lehigh Acres, Florida. We had quite a beautiful sunset before kickoff tonight. Rams took their first loss of the season against the Venice Indians, who have jumped them in the FHSAA playoff rankings. But Riverview trying to end the season strong. Carroll sends it away. Returnable. They'll collide into each other. Weaving through some tacklers, but not getting anywhere. Going to get taken down right at about the 20-yard line is Chance Reeves. So the Lightning coming out for their second drive of the game. First drive, it was a 3-and-out. Could not get anything going down the field. Run up the middle, and then a drop pass on third down. Was trying to find their lead receiver, Dexter Smith. He's a force on this Lightning offense that took a while to catch stride this season. They're not the flashiest bunch, but they have a bunch of playmakers, just like Dexter Smith, along with Levi McKenzie. First down and 10, ball spotted at the Lightning 20-yard line. First down and 10, 9:07 to go, first quarter. Handoff goes up the middle and breaking off tacklers and picking up a first down. Kendrick Major Jr., a part of this running back committee. Major and Reeves, the two backs. First out and 10. Ball at the 32-yard line. Smith goes in motion once again. The handoff to Major. Major just hanging on, but the ball is stripped out. And it looks like Riverview's got it. And they do. Caden Huffman rips it out, and Riverview takes over in plus territory. Major was trying to get away, was fighting for extra yards, but Huffman able to rip it out, and Riverview set up in golden field position on the second drive of the game. We'll take that chance to get our Mighty Dog Roofing Impact Player of the Game, Parker Nippert. Need a big bounce back after that game against Venice. And then Levi McKenzie, he can do it on offense, but he can also do it on defense for this Lightning side. And a little bit of trickery in the formation. Miller lined up behind Parker Nippert. They're going to go to Nippert, to Miller. Back to Nippert, and now Nippert's going to take off and run with it, and he is going to be chopped up after a gain of about 8 yards. A wild formation one. You saw back from Michigan and John Harbaugh back in 2016 for the first time when we saw that. Brody Wiseman pulling a rabbit out of the hat early in this one, 2nd down and 2. Rams able to pick up the first down. 7:28 to go here in quarter number 1. Nippert in the shotgun. Torian James now the back. Torian James in that game against Venice ran the ball 38 times. Total 233 yards, continuing his impressive junior campaign. First flag of the game. Referees conjuring at the 27-yard line, still trying to decide who this penalty is on. Now all the officials coming in together to figure out who this is on. And the Lehigh Lightning PA announcer puts on quite the song to describe the waiting. We are still waiting, and this is either a false start or offsides. Just pick one at this point. Here we go. Nope, never mind. There we go. It's on Riverview. First down and 15. A false start is the call. So after the extensive delay from the referee, it'll be first down and 15. Riverview will back up to the 28-yard line. Torian James the back. 3 wide receivers out for Riverview. Sheffo on the near side. Hands off to Torian James, bouncing, and he gets stood up right at the line of scrimmage. This Lightning defense just collapsing on Torian James. Renzulli in on the stop, and it brings up 2nd down and 16. And those are the types of plays that the Lightning are going to have if they want to stay in this game. This is a Lightning squad that beat beat Sarasota, but struggled mightily against Venice. They lost that game 55-0 on the road at Venice. Nippert, a screen to Miller. And Miller going to be taken out of bounds after a gain of 3. Tackled by Dexter Smith. And that brings up 3rd down and long for this Riverview offense. And we'll see how aggressive Brody Wiseman's going to be. Go for it all here on third down. The marker still says it's second down. And the referee's conjuring again. We'll see what this is. And it's going to be a flag on Riverview. So it will remain second down. And it's going to be second down and about 25 yards. An interesting decision to decline that or to accept that penalty. They could have taken third down and 12. They'll instead back them up 10 more yards. 2 penalties on this drive for Riverview, which started after the Caden Huffman fumble. Going down the field and incomplete. Was trying to go down the field once again for Noah Sheffel, but good coverage from this Lightning defense. And that brings up third down and 25. Rams are going to keep it on the ground. Torian James, he can make these plays on third and long. He's going to make it fourth down and about 12, maybe 13 yards. Let's see what Riverview elects to do. They're going to go for it. They're going to go 5 wide here. Ashton Clough and Matthew Baker make their way onto the field. Fourth down and 12. Fourth down and 12. Rams aggressive early. Nippert trying to improvise. He'll have to take off and run for it, and he cannot get it. A turnover on downs, and the Lightning, after coughing the ball up, are going to make a big defensive stand. Nippert tried to roll away and find something, but he could not. We'll head to a commercial timeout as we head to a water break here in Lehigh Acres. Rams on top of the Lightning, 7-0.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
First down and 10 now for the Lightning. Handoff once again goes to Major. Major so good at fighting off that first tackler, eventually brought to the ground. Jabari Farland. Or excuse me, that's Levi Ruffton in on the stop. Second down and 9 after the gain of 1. This Lehigh Lightning team has relied on the run game all season long. No flashy numbers, but that's been their bread and butter so far this season. Again, the Lightning coming in with a 3-5 record. These teams tied for second in district. Lehigh was able to get a 43-33 road victory against the Sailors. That victory over the Sailors actually clinched the Indians the district title after the game 2 weeks ago. Fighting and pushing for yards all the way down to the 40 before finally being brought down. The impact player, Levi McKenzie, took a 7-yard gain and turned it into a much larger gain and a first down. Levi McKenzie, as electric as they come. You watch him in film and you just see how quick he is. And he shows you his strength there. 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Riverview on top, 7-0. Once again to Major. And Kayvon Love and Aaron Zinn in on the stop. Second down and 9. Major the back again. Guest has all day. He'll take off and run now. Guest has some blockers, but it is collapsing quickly and finally brought to the ground. It'll bring up 3rd down and 7. So 3rd down and 7 for Guest in the offense. 3 and out on their first drive, and Major fumbled on the second drive. Guest going down the field, has a man. It is incomplete. Andon Clough in on the coverage, was trying to find Pender Jr. Decision time now for the Lehigh Lightning. This is a game that you're going to have to be aggressive in. The clear underdogs heading into this game against one of the better Riverview sides in the last couple years. 6 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie on the season. And it looks like Lehigh will punt the ball away. So they send back Joshua Olivia. Riverview looks ready for any possible fake, but Olivia will give it a ride to Ashton Clough. He'll let it bounce, and it will go into the end zone. So Riverview will take over at the 20-yard line. 2:06 to go here in quarter number 1. Rams hanging on to a 7-0 lead in Lehigh.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed.
First down and 10. Logan Carrillo comes in on at quarterback. Screen to Sheffo. Sheffo making a move. Stays in bounds before he is brought to the ground immediately. A strong start to this game for the Lightning defense. Coming off a game where they let up 40 points to Key West last week on the road. An opening drive touchdown for Riverview, but had a nice stand after the Lightning turned it over in their own territory. Forced Riverview with a 3 and out. So 2nd down and 8. Hands off to James and going nowhere. This Lightning defense is everywhere. Jeremiah Brown in on the tackle, and it brings up 3rd down and 9. Logan Carrillo in at quarterback for this 3rd drive of the game. Rams keep it on the ground. Torian James spinning, and it's going to be plenty enough for the 1st down. Forward progress will give it to him. And once again, on those 3rd down and longs, that's the bread and butter of this Riverview offense, keeping the ball on the ground. And it works there with Torian James. has won many honors for his performances at running back this season, had 233 yards in the last game against Venice. Fourth in the entire state of Florida in rushing yards this season. They'll go back to James, and James will shake off a couple tacklers and pick up another first down. Last game was one of the first games of the entire season where Torian James did not average over 10 yards per carry. Came into that Venice game averaging 12.6 yards per carry. Was limited to 6.1 in that game against Venice. Here he is again trying to have another impressive night. He'll take this one for 6 yards. And that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Low-scoring affair here so far in Lehigh. Riverview on top 7-0. They'll have the ball when we come back for quarter number 2.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Welcome back on in for quarter number 2. Rams on top 7-0. First time this season Riverview is playing on grass field. Hand off up the middle. This time it goes to the senior leader, Isaiah Belt. Trots forward for a first down. Isaiah Belt and Torian James, that 1-2 punch on this offense. It hasn't been as prevalent of a role that we thought we were going to see from a guy like Belt so far this season, but in those moments that he has had, he has excelled as he has done since his sophomore year. Was a 1,000-yard rusher in his sophomore year, trying to get back to that mark this season. Carrillo, play action, and it is incomplete. Was trying to find Sheffo. Robinson in on the coverage. Riverview has done this a couple of times so far this season, bringing in Logan Carrillo early in the game after Nippert gets a couple of drives. Those two were in such a tight battle in the QB battle earlier this offseason, and a clear jump off sides by Jeremiah Brown. It'll bring it from 2nd down and 10 to 2nd and 5. Belt pushing his way through the defense and able to pick up another first down. Riverview has been ground and pound on this drive. Running it straight up the gut, and it has worked down across the 35-yard line. It's 1st down and 10 at the 32. Lightning fans making some noise on this homecoming night for the Lehigh Lightning seniors. Dump off to Praziquez, and he is going to be taken down to the ground. Dexter Smith in on the stop, and this Lightning defense continues to play the pass well after that first drive. Rams have not been able to open it up Second down and about 7 after the 3-yard gain. Make that 2nd and 6. Hands off to Belt. He's got some room. Isaiah Belt gets past the first down marker before being chopped down on the play. McKenzie in on the stop, and now Riverview looking to go quick. First down and 10. Rams inside the Ghetto Hyundai of Sarasota red zone for the first time tonight. Belt chugging his way down inside the 15. They'll mark him down at the 12-yard line. Already under 10 minutes to go here in quarter number 2. Not even a half hour of real time has gone. Here's Torian James on 2nd and short, chugging his way into the end zone. Torian James gets his first of the game, and Riverview on top 13-0, extra point pending. And it's just so tough to deal with that running back duo. You have Isaiah Belt consistently running the ball up the middle, multiple play after play, and then you bring in the quick and speedy Torian James, and he gets in for his first of the game. Brody Carroll on to attempt the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So Carroll knocks it through, and the Rams have opened up a 2-score lead in Lehigh Acres. Rams 14, Lightning nothing.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
And it's going to be a pooch kick. And the Lightning are going to recover that and take it down to the 41-yard line, where they will start their 4th drive of the game. And we're falling back on the points that we continued to fall back on all season, really before that Venice game. We didn't bring it up in that Venice game because Riverview was playing behind the whole time. But once again, for Riverview's opponent, it feels like already early in this game that it's a must-score drive. Riverview's offense has found their rhythm on the ground now, and it opens up the passing game. Lehigh needs a response. 9:43 to go here in quarter number 2. Riverview will receive the second half kickoff as well as Smith goes in motion on first down and 10. Guest has time initially, hit as he throws, and it is intercepted. Jabari Farland has his 4th of the year, and he is finally taken down at the 49-yard line. Jabari Farland has been a quarterback's nightmare, and it's the 2nd Riverview turnover forced on defense.
Got it.
So the Riverview offense will come back out on the field. The 2nd turnover force. Caden Huffman ripped the ball out of Major's hand on the 2nd drive for Lehigh. And on the 4th, it is Jabari Farland who gets the interception. They will mark it at the 50-yard line, and it's going to be a timeout for Lehigh. Jabari Farland forces the interception. Rams on top 14-0 with great field position.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Somebody help!
First down and 10 for this Riverview offense after the Jabari Farland interception. Nipper is back in at quarterback. Logan Carrillo came in on that third drive, completed a couple passes as Riverview went in for its second touchdown of the game, belt the back. Play action on first down. Nipper wants it all, and he'll get it all! Noah Sheffo, his second of the night, and Riverview is running rampant. The second time they have connected tonight. One play after the pick by Jabari Farland, Riverview takes a shot, and it results in 6. Brody Carroll out to attempt the extra point. It's been the best Riverview passing attack that we have seen in quite some time, and they strike again. 21-0. Rams on top of the Lightning. We'll hear a quick word from Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
One play, 50-yard drive. Nipper to Sheffo for 6. And if the last drive for Lehigh was not a must score, this certainly is. This game feels like it is spiraling away so quickly. Levi, McKenzie, and Smith deep back to receive for the Lightning. And it will go out of the end zone for a touchback. It was a one-play drive for Lehigh on their last drive. Guest threw it right to Jabari Farland. He had time in the pocket. Nothing opened up. Decided to force one down the field as he was getting hit. And it landed right in the lap of Farland, who picked up his 4th interception of the year. 9:19 to go. Quarter number 2. Riverview with not guaranteed, but most likely the number 2 seed in the FHSAA Region 2 playoffs if they do secure this district win tonight. They still have a Manatee side next week, which is no joke. Their record might not reflect it, but the Manatee defense is elite. It's going to be an interesting matchup to see how this electric Riverview offense reacts to that, because we saw what happened when this offense went up and faced a tougher defense in Venice, and it stifled a little bit. Could not really get anything going. The ground game was good enough for a 20-point loss. Second down and 7 after Major's first down carry goes for 3. Guest on the out route. And Levi McKenzie fighting for the first down. He is going to be a couple of yards short. Looks like he is 1 yard short. 3rd down and 1. This Lehigh offense, one of the most patient offenses, going to a huddle after every single play. Was not that. That's not what Riverview's defense saw against Venice. They were very quick. The handoff on 3rd down and 1 to Major. Looks like he's going to get the first down, and he will. So Major picks up the first down, and the Lightning will continue this drive. And we've seen often on those run plays that Guest goes to the side. 1st down and 10. Lightning down by 21 at home on homecoming night. Major the back. Looking down the field for McKenzie. One-on-one coverage, and he comes down with it. What a grab right there by McKenzie. Rashad Bryant in on coverage, but McKenzie got the best of him. There is a flag on the play. It is on the Riverview 43-yard line where that flag was thrown. Most likely a defensive pass interference, but we'll get a call from the head official. And it is a pass interference, but that penalty will be declined. And it's a first down for the Lightning in Riverview territory. Ball at the 34-yard line. Levi McKenzie, he was our impact player for a reason. This kid can flat out ball. 1st down and 10 now. Under pressure, going deep down the field again, has Dexter Smith. Dropping it on a dime is Guest. And the Lightning are inside the Kettle Hyundai of Sarasota red zone. It's 1st and goal at the 6. The Lightning are taking their chances with those down the field shots. They're trusting Smith and McKenzie to go make those plays in one-on-one coverage, back-to-back plays, and the Lightning mean business. Major the back on 1st down and goal. Play action over the middle, and it's a touchdown. A critical drive for the Lightning, and it is Josiah Brown in on the coverage. There is a flag. Unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. So the touchdown will still stand for Josiah Brown. The extra point is up, and it is good. The Lightning needed a response, and they went to their wide receivers. McKenzie, a 30-yard grab. Then it was Dexter Smith, a 30-yard grab. And then in the end zone for Josiah Brown. Lightning trying to mount a comeback on Riverview. 21 seconds.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs.
Welcome back on into Arsenal Productions. 21-7 offensive shootout. So far here in Lehigh Acres in this critical district game. This game is vital for the Lightning, needing this win to stay alive for the Class 7A Region 2 playoff picture. They are well out of it now, but a win over this highly ranked Riverview side could easily see them back in the picture. The pooch kick picked up by Riverview and Ashton Clough. So the Rams will start this drive across their own 40-yard line. Once again, Riverview with good field position. They've really won the field position battle tonight. Have started across their own 40-yard line about 3 times. And it looks like we will head to a water break. We'll use this chance to look at the Class 7A Region 2 playoff bracket after the changes since 2 weeks ago in our last broadcast. Riverview, as you see, has moved down to the 2 spot. They are currently slated to play Alonzo. Venice now the number 1 seed. You have West Orange hosting Plant City, and then you have Sumner against Winter Haven. If Riverview were to win that game against Alonzo, you would play the winner of Sumner versus Winter Haven, and then possibly in that regional final matchup, Riverview is going to get that rematch that they so desperately want against Venice. And that's what these weeks are all about, and you can feel it with these Riverview players. They want to beat Venice. They didn't get them the first time, but they're going to have a chance, or they should have a chance, to get another crack at the Indians. Nippert rolling to the right and is able to complete it down to Trent Huffman. Parker Nippert has looked on point tonight. A lot of poise in the pocket, able to hit one of his top receivers, Huffman, who will undoubtedly be the top wide receiver for this Riverview bunch next year, with Anthony Miller and Noah Sheffo graduating, both presumably playing college football. On 1st down and 10, Nippert again, it's to Huffman. Make that Anthony Miller, excuse me. Taken out for an 8-yard gain. Second down, and they'll make it 5. Miller and Baker, the receivers on the far side. Sheffo and Huffman on the near. Nippert kept it. Now dumps it off to Miller, and he is going to step out of bounds. Maybe gets a yard. It's a couple times that they've done that on the run-pass option. And those plays really have not worked. The success on those run-pass options have been evident all season long, but not so far early in this game. And that brings up 3rd down and 4. Sheffo lined up in a tight end spot. They're going to run it with Torian James, and James pushes down and picks up the 1st down and into the Ghetto Hyundai of Sarasota red zone. Riverview once again able to move the chains. They have been one of the better teams in the state of Florida on 3rd down conversions this year. They love to lean on the ground game. And a rare look for Riverview. They're going to go under center here with Nippert. The flip to Sheffo. Noah Sheffo turning into a running back and dragging the defense, but there is a flag out of the backfield in the position of holding, and that is exactly what it will be. couple of interesting looks that we've seen on back-to-back plays now for Riverview. You saw Sheffield lined up in the tight end spot that normally you would see Perziquez lined up in. You saw Perziquez still right behind him, but then Sheffield, the running back on that spot, not a position that he has played in at all this season. So a 10-yard penalty brings up first down and 20. 5:07 to go here in quarter number 2. Rams on top of the Lightning, 21-7. Miller in motion. And incomplete. The throw by Nippert a little low. It's a big defensive drive here for this Lightning defense. Plenty of time if they get a stop to go down and make this a one-score game going into halftime. This is not a game that many expected to be close. The Lightning trying to prove Riverview wrong. The second down and 20 give to Belt. Able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Looks like he'll be maybe a yard or two short of it, so it's going to bring up third down and 11. It would be about a 37-yard field goal for Brody Carroll if Riverview cannot pick this up. Once again on third down and long, this Riverview offense leans on the run. It's going to be close. Looks like he might be just a couple of inches short. It's going to bring up fourth down and less than 1. Fourth down and inches to go. And Brody Wiseman, no hesitation. He will keep his offense on the field. And there's the hesitation. A timeout called. A big fourth down coming up for Riverview. Can the Lightning get off the field? Down by 14.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com. Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
So fourth down in inches. Isaiah Belt the back. Riverview punched up on that left side. They'll keep it on the ground. A flag does come out. Isaiah Belt got the first down yardage, but it's going to depend on what that flag is. And it looks like it's going to be a holding on Riverview. Referees will talk this one over. The initial indication was a holding against Riverview, which would make it fourth down and 10 and force Riverview to probably kick a field goal.
We got a holding on the offense. It's still fourth down.
Fourth down. And this holding penalty is only 5 yards. All right, so fourth down and 5. Riverview still electing to go for it. Belt switches over to the right, time winding down in half number 1. Lehigh bringing pressure. Nipper gets it away, and it is knocked down and incomplete. The coverage by Jakee Robinson. But again, it looks like there might be another flag, and there is. Jakee Robinson with the coverage on Sheffo forced it incomplete. Without this flag, or if this flag is against Riverview, it will be a first down for the Lightning. This is a big call in this game. Rams offense still on the field. And it's a pass interference on the Lightning. Riverview gets bailed out on 4th down and 5. Riverview got the first down on the initial 4th down. It gets called back. Lehigh gets the stop on the next one. And Riverview will pick up the first down. So now it is 1st down and goal. Ball placed at the 9-yard line. Belt on 1st down. Able to get a gain of about 3 yards. McKenzie in there for the initial stop. 2nd down and goal. A fast-moving game so far tonight as we are winding down towards the end of half number 1. 2nd and goal. Rams trying to open this game up to a 3-score lead. The handoff up the middle, and it's Torian James again. Riverview capitalizes after the defensive pass interference on 4th and 5, and they have reopened up a 3-score lead. And just a huge letdown for the Lightning. Thought that they had gotten off the field. We're going to have a chance to drive down and make it a 1-score game going into halftime. But the extra point by Brody Carroll is no good. Didn't look like a clean snap. So Riverview misses the extra point, but they still hold a 20-point lead on the road in a critical district game, 27-7.
Got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Got it. The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Welcome back on in. Down in Lehigh Acres, Florida, Riverview with a 27-7 lead over Lehigh. As the kick finds its way into the back of the end zone. Riverview will receive the second half kickoff, so this makes this an important drive for the Lightning to try and cut this back to a 2-score game where they had it and go into the break with some momentum. This defense, although they've let up 27 points, they've shown some fight against this tough Riverview side. This Riverview offense, one of the better offenses in the state of Florida. They hit a roadblock in that game versus Venice, lost 46-23. We're still able to run for over 250 yards in that game, but Venice was able to make them one-dimensional. And that's kind of what Riverview is looking to work on. There appears that there was a flag It's a personal foul on the Lightning. Kick went out of the back of the end zone, so had to have happened away from the ball. We completely missed that. But once again, a crucial penalty against the Lightning, and they've really hurt themselves in that area of the game tonight. So first down and 10 for the Lightning. They will start this drive on their own 10-yard line. .249 to play. Plenty of time for the Lightning to drive down the field. Lightning still, they do not have all 3 timeouts. Lightning only with 1 timeout remaining. Guest under some pressure, rolling to his right. Finds some running room and then gets drilled. My word, what a hit by Jackson Blake. A flag does come flying out. And Guest looks down on the sideline and in an immense amount of pain. Guest was making the move to go out of bounds, and Jackson Blake lit him up. Guest is able to get up on his own power and walk off the field. And no doubt, unnecessary roughness on Blake. And so it will be a first down for the Lightning, as the initial 8 to 9 yard gain will turn into a much larger gain. 25 yards picked up on the play. And it is first down and 10 for the Lightning. Ball at the 35-yard line. And another flag. It's going to be a face mask on Riverview. They had Levi McKenzie in the Wildcat on that play. It was Reed Durfee who possibly grabbed that face mask. Still waiting on these officials to make the call. They've taken their good sweet time with making these calls tonight. It has been multiple times that they've just stood there in disbelief with one another. And once again, they're going to talk it over. I've lost it at this point. I don't have Paul here to talk to me tonight. He would be losing his mind over this. And there's the face mask. So they will get Reed Durfee for the face mask, even if it is an hour later. So first down and 10, and 30 yards worth of penalties on this drive for the Lightning. Just that 10-yard run from Guest, the unnecessary roughness, and then the face mask on Durfee. So first down and 10, they have the ball at the Riverview 47-yard line. Approaching 2 minutes to play in half number 1. Guest is back in at quarterback. And nothing doing. Rams are able to collapse on that. Looked like the Lightning might have been looking for a double pass. And Lehigh will call their final timeout of half number 1. Driving, trying to put this game back within 2 scores.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
.142 to go in the second quarter. Second down and 11. Guest back in at quarterback after that big hit earlier in this drive. Looking for his receiver, cannot haul it in. Brown, who had the touchdown grab earlier, bobbled that one, and it brings up third down and long. Riverview still with all three timeouts, and if the Rams are able to get a stop, it now puts Riverview all of a sudden in a position to possibly drive down a little 2-minute drill type of action. They'll have to stop this third down and 11. Guest just dumps it off, and that's not going to be enough. And you would have to believe that the Lightning are going to go for this. Dumping it off to Pender Jr. So fourth down and 7 yards. And if the Lightning are not able to get this, it's going to give Riverview golden field position to try and add on to this 20-point lead. But it looks like they are going to send out Joshua Olivia and the punt team. And now a timeout called by Lehigh.
And that's a timeout by your Lightning.
Looked like they had a run out. They must have them wrong up on the scoreboard here. So the Lightning take a timeout. 27-7. We'll step aside. Fourth down and 7. Decision time for the Lightning.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
So the Lightning will punt it away. Rams were ready for that fake. It will bounce inside the 15-yard line and be downed at the 12. So a minute 26 to go in the second. Didn't look like any time ran off after that punt. So Riverview will have a minute 26 and 2 timeouts. Plenty of time for this Riverview offense. And you can just see the confusion between these Riverview receivers. First down and 10. Ball at the 12-yard line. Miller goes in motion. Carrillo is sacked. The Lightning defense collapses on the junior quarterback, and it's a massive loss on first down. And we'll see if that play dictates how Riverview attacks the rest of this drive. Still a couple timeouts for Riverview. The screen to Miller. Can he find some room? He cannot. Levi McKenzie all over Miller on the screen. He has been everywhere for this Lightning defense. And that brings up third down and long as the clock continues to wind down. Lightning are out of timeouts. And Riverview is just going to keep this on the ground, and that should send us to halftime here in Lehigh Acres. Torian James takes the run for about 7 yards, but after that sack on first down and 10, Riverview decided to keep it simple and not attack. 27-7 your halftime score. Riverview will receive the second half kickoff as they try and lock up the number 2 seed in the Class 7A Region 2 playoffs.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out.
Welcome back on in to Lehigh Stadium here in Lehigh Acres, Florida. The Riverview Rams trying to get back on track after that 46-23 loss to Venice. They had a bye week last week and are looking to lock up that number 2 spot in the district. But the Lehigh Lightning also trying to lock up that number 2 spot in the district. They will need a spirited comeback. Down by 20. Riverview does get the ball to begin half number 2. Riverview will try and put this one away early in half number 2. It's a side that has looked as dominant as any Riverview side has looked in quite some time. And they're trying to punctuate it with 2 wins to end the year. They are 24 minutes away from getting their 7th win, and then they will head to the road to play Manatee a week from today in what should be a great battle between 2 of the most successful teams back in the 1990s. We're underway in half number 2 as Torian James on the return. There he goes, 1 man to beat, and he will beat him. A luscious return, and Torian James goes for 6. Running back, wide receiver. This kid can do it all. 90 yards to the house. And it looks like Riverview is going to go for 2. What a start to half number 2. Torian James goes 90 yards to the house. So Riverview does elect to go for 2. Trying to make this a 28-point game. Huffman will go in motion. The pitch to Belt. Can he find the edge? He can! Isaiah Belt was able to shave off a couple tacklers and somehow found his way into the end zone. You can't ask for a better start than that to half number 2. Torian James, 90 yards. And they add a 2-point conversion, 35-7, 11:44 to go in quarter number 3.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.com.
Welcome back on into the Ramble. What a return it was from Torian James. An electric start to half number 2. And now Lehigh will get a chance, but they will not get a chance to return it as it goes out of the back of the end zone. So now it's the Lightning's first drive of half number 2. On the one drive that Lehigh scored on, it was shot down the field, which really worked against these Riverview defensive backs. It was a weakness. Now, granted, Tyree Manning, one of the top players in the state of Florida, just a sophomore, doing what he's doing at Venice. It's incredible. But Tyree Manning had his way on all those deep routes, and it was something that we saw on that drive where Lehigh scored. They attacked deep down the field, and those Riverview defensive backs were not able to keep up. But they have really gone away from that aspect of the game. They'll go a screen here to McKenzie, and he is wrapped up right away. This Riverview defense all over him. Gabe Halprin and Caden Huffman in on the stop. Caden Huffman forced a fumble on Lehigh's second drive of the game. This Riverview defense in just about every game but the Venice game so far has just played some inspiring football. Once again to McKenzie, but he is not able to hold that one in. Guess fired it right into his chest, but it brings up 3rd down and 10. Lehigh in danger of letting this game go to a running clock. 1 touchdown from Riverview and an extra point would send it there. 3rd down and 10. Guest in the shotgun with Reeves behind him. And you just wonder if the Lightning are going to take that shot down the field. They'll go on a screen, and it's going to be enough for the 1st down. Fighting off tacklers on the play was Josiah Brown, the touchdown scorer for the Lightning. And he picks up enough yards for the 1st down. That's something that the Lightning have leaned on in that passing game so far this season. Just a quick little dump off. And it's been effective, and it was particularly effective in that 43-33 win against Sarasota. This Lehigh offense had their way all night long, and it put them in a position where they could kind of claw their way back into a playoff position again down the field. And it is knocked away and incomplete, but it looks like we're going to get a pass interference here on Casey Escuerdo. They finally take the long shot to McKenzie again, and it's going to benefit the Lightning. And once again, just waiting on the official's call. And it is a defensive pass interference. So an automatic 1st down for the Lightning. And again, this is why they need to be taking those shots down the field. It has worked all night long. And although that one does not get complete, it's a free 1st down, a 15-yard penalty against Riverview as Smith goes in motion. On 1st down and 10 at the Lightning 46-yard line, it's a little dump off to McKenzie, and he is going to be wrapped up rather quickly. Anton Clough comes in to finish up the tackle. The senior safety has been such a productive member for this Riverview side, and then a flag has been thrown. It was after the play. A delay of game on the offense. It looked like when they were handing the ball back to the official, possibly throwing it away from them or not directly handing it to them. We saw the official just abruptly throw the flag, and it takes a positive gain on 1st down to 2nd down and 13. Third quarter just underway. If you are just tuning in, Torian James took a 90-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Nothing doing. This Riverview defense has just stopped the run all night. Pender Jr. could not get anywhere, and it brings up 3rd down and 11. So 3rd down and long, and we'll see if they'll open it up over the air. It's that screen they love, and Dexter Smith cannot haul it in. Went in the same formation that they went in on the last 3rd down and long, same play, but Smith not able to get his hands on it. Still plenty of time remaining in this game, but the sense of urgency now is hitting the Lightning. And they are going to keep the offense out on the field for this 4th down and 11, 9:13 to go in the 3rd quarter. Lightning trying to extend this drive. Four wide receivers wide. Guest under pressure, able to get away, sets his feet down the field, and it is hauled in. What a play! How did he hold that in? Just chucked it up inside the Kettle Hyundai of Sarasota red zone. And it's a Lightning 1st down. And what a play that was. Able to avoid the pressure, then able to set his feet and just fire it down the field. And then an even more impressive grab by Josiah Brown, who has been the top guy for this Lightning offense tonight. Back to Pender Jr. as Jr. gets chopped down. Anton Clough in on the stop. Second down and 9. Guest in the shotgun with Pender to his left. Lightning trying to find their 2nd score of the game and claw their way back into this key district game. Hit as he throws. He's got McKenzie, and he's got a touchdown. So Lehigh not going away yet. They drive 80 yards down the field, and they pull this game to within 3 scores again. That was a much-needed drive, and that was highlighted by the quarterback right there, Rayful Guest, making critical throws, able to make that 4th down conversion, and then fires it to Levi McKenzie, his 1st touchdown of the game. Bad snap. Kick is up, and it is good. 7:50 to go here in Lehigh Acres in the 3rd quarter. Lehigh trying to knock on the door, down by 21.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Somebody help!
When
$7.50 to go here. It'll be a pooch kick to Ashton Clough, but Clough has some room this time. What can Clough make of this opportunity? Field, so once again, another good return. Lehigh tries to avoid it on the pooch kick. Ashton Clough reverses field and gets it to near midfield, so that's where Riverview will take over for their first drive of half number 2, not their first score, as they already had that due to the 90-yard touchdown by Torian James. This Riverview offense going into that game against Venice was averaging 40 points per game. It's just what they have done this season. weren't able to generate the same success against Venice, but these are the games you're going to see Venice again. And that's the mindset of this team, is you're going to see Venice again. These are the moments in games that you're up by 21. You have to iron out all the wrinkles and figure out how you can have a successful passing attack against Venice, as Nippert's pass to Anthony Miller goes incomplete, bringing up 2nd down and 10. Nippert was able to hit Noah Sheffo earlier in this game on that play action. Nippert on 2nd down and 10. Isaiah Belt the back. This time they go on the ground, and there's Isaiah Belt. A quick burst of speed. A flag does come flying in late. And let's see what this is. Looks like this one is going to be coming back. Looked like they might have got Nate Pastor on that play. It's a personal foul on Riverview. So after a positive play by Isaiah Belt going for 12 yards on 1st down, it's going to back up the Rams to their own 40-yard line and bring up 2nd down and 20. Back to the ground they go. 2nd down and long, and it's no problem for Isaiah Belt. A burst of speed, and he's out of bounds. Official is going to mark him out of bounds before the 20-yard line. They're going to mark him out at about the 21 to 22-yard line. And on 2nd down and 20, once again in these long down situations, Riverview continues to have the success that they've had all year, which is running the ball. So 1st down and 10. They're actually going to mark him out of bounds at the 27-yard line. Belt weaving by defenders, still on his feet as he gets dragged down at the 15-yard line. Riverview makes their way into the Ghetto Hyundai of Sarasota red zone. Isaiah Belt having his way with this defense. The offensive line doing its job. Goes right back to Belt. And he's inside the 5. Just making it look easy. They've run the same play 3 times in a row, and the same result has happened all 3. No answer for Belt. Second down and an official timeout. It is going to be 2nd down and 1. Ball is inside the 5-yard line. .6:18 to go here in the 3rd quarter. I want to mention that we will be live for the Riverview Girls Soccer preseason game on Monday at 5 p.m. Make sure you are tuned down in and subscribe over to Arsenal Productions. That game will be at 5 p.m. on Monday. There will also be a game on Wednesday, the 2nd preseason game for girls soccer. That will be at 7 p.m. And then Friday, we will be live for Riverview's final regular season game on the road at Manatee, as Riverview, presumably, if they're able to hang on, will be able to get their 8th win of the season and go into the playoffs as the number 2 seed and be slated to host 2 playoff games, which is super important in a tough class like 7A, especially Region 2. You want to host those home games They would be slated to go on the road once again to Venice, where they have lost already this season. But Riverview trying to put themselves in the best position possible to get that rematch versus Venice. That would be on Thanksgiving week. 2nd and 1. Same play, same result. This time it ends in a touchdown. The drive of Isaiah Belt just made it too easy. 41-14. Brody Carroll on to attempt the extra point. And this Riverview offense has taken the bye week and responded after the tough loss. And the extra point is blocked. So our score remains 41-14 in Lehigh Acres. Riverview on the verge of their 7th win of the season.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility is second to none at Gettle Hyundai of Sarasota.
GettleHyundaiofSarasota.com.
The vehicles aren't the only...
Welcome back on in to Lehigh Acres, Florida, where Riverview has a 41-14 lead over the Lightning. Carroll once again sends it to the back of the end zone. And they're going to get Devontae Thomas for an unnecessary roughness. Devontae Thomas just ran right through the guy on the kickoff, and they're going to get him for a personal foul. So Lehigh's going to start this drive at the 35-yard line. Once again, another personal foul on Riverview. It has been a game of personal fouls. It hasn't mattered much, but some undisciplined football so far from Riverview tonight, just in games that you can't have these moments in games like Venice.
Personal foul, playing football. Got a personal foul. Personal foul, playing football.
So first down and 10, and it will be at the 35-yard line. Lightning had a very successful drive on their last drive, led by their quarterback, Rayful Guest. Only his 4th game played so far this season. Only 20 passing attempts going into this game. And he has looked sharp at times tonight, especially on that last drive as Dexter Smith goes in motion on first down and 10. Handoff up the middle. It is Major. Bulldozing his way for a gain of 2. Lehigh has not been able to establish the run game so far tonight. It's been their way of moving the ball down the field so far this season, or at least early in the season. They've leaned a little bit more on that pass game, but has not worked out too well tonight. Play action once again had McKenzie, but it is incomplete. McKenzie has been open often tonight. Just a couple of times that they have not been able to connect, but in those one-on-one situations, McKenzie has been winning those battles and winning them fairly easily. 3rd down and 7. Again, one more Riverview score would send this game to a running clock as Guest in the shotgun. Has McKenzie, and another first down. Bryant closes in just a little too late, and the Lightning continue the drive. And that has to be the approach and the mindset right now for the Lightning. McKenzie's been their go-to guy all night long. He's been open all night long, but they haven't given him the looks that he probably deserves. That has to be the name of the game. McKenzie, and McKenzie. First down and 10 at the 45-yard line. There might have been a flag. And it's going to be against Lehigh. Most likely an illegal motion. So it's going to be third down and 12. So they will redo third down after McKenzie had gotten it to midfield. Smith goes in motion again. Guest with time over the middle, has his man, and tackled down hard on the play. It's going to be short of the first down marker. It's going to bring up fourth down and 3. And you would have to imagine that the Lightning at this stage of the game are going to go for it, no doubt. It's going to be fourth down and 2. Can Riverview get off the field? And Riverview is going to jump. No, they're going to call it against Lehigh. They're going to get it for one of their receivers moving and drawing Riverview offside. So it's going to bring up fourth down and 7. And we'll see if Lehigh still elects to go for it at their own 39-yard line. So fourth down and 7 with 4:17 remaining in quarter number 3. Rams on top of the Lightning, 14-7. And it's incomplete. No, another flag. Rashad Bryant celebrating to the Lightning sideline, not aware that they're going to get him for a pass interference. They have been very, very penalized on those coverages tonight, especially Rashad Bryant. He's been the beneficiary, or not the beneficiary, but he's been on the tail end of a lot of those pass interference calls. And on fourth down, the Lightning are going to get a fresh set of downs. There's been a couple of touchy pass interference calls tonight, even going against Lehigh. Back late in the second half, it looks like Lehigh is going to get off the field and have a chance to bring it to within one score going into halftime, but then a questionable pass interference call extended the Riverview drive and had them score a touchdown, which sent them to halftime up 27-7. Can the Lightning take advantage of this? They'll go to Smith on the pitch, and it is a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Smith leads the team in receiving yards per game. This has been a game that has been highlighted by the officials at times, making not just questionable calls on one side, but both sides of the field tonight. Second down and 6, and another flag. Here we go. We've got a flag fest in Lehigh Acres. It had to have been something that he said. I've lost it at this point. I can only imagine. And that's what it'll be. It'll be a personal foul against Lehigh. unsportsmanlike conduct. That was right on cue, too. Talking right to the announcers, Jinx, and well, there it goes. Second down and 21. .3:19 to go. 2 penalties in a row. One on Riverview, which extended the Lightning drive, and then an unsportsmanlike conduct against the Lightning. A screen to McKenzie. Shaving off tacklers and getting close to midfield. Levi McKenzie has been a weapon all night. I'll make it 3rd down and more manageable. 3rd down and 16. Or make that 3rd down and 17. A pump, and he cannot haul in the screen pass. Was trying to find Brown, but could not haul it in. So now 4th down and 17, and Lehigh still going to keep the offense out on the field. It's do or die at this point. Down by 27 at home on homecoming night for the Lightning. Trying to keep their slim playoff hopes alive. They'll need a ridiculous comeback to pull that off. Going deep down the field in double coverage, and it is intercepted. The Rams' 2nd interception of the game. And once again, it is Jabari Farland. His 5th of the season, his 2nd of the night. And Riverview is rolling. And on 4th down and 16, there's really nothing else you can do in that situation. You've got to try and throw it up to your best man. There is an injury, and it looks like that is Levi McKenzie, who is down. So, never mind. We'll keep it right here. McKenzie having a tough time to get off the field, need some help, not putting weight on that left foot. That is not a good sign. Levi McKenzie with 1 touchdown on the night so far, and he has been the highlight of this Lehigh offense. Riverview will take over at midfield. You got to look at McKenzie there on the sideline. So 1st down and 10 coming up for Riverview. 2:10 to go in quarter number 3. Riverview a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to sending this to a running clock. Hoffman in motion. Nippert under some pressure, and he gets it away. No, he's not going to get it away. They're going to say that he got sacked on that. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is why we are getting an instant replay for the playoffs getting set up here on Arsenal Productions, because you've got to take another look at that. I know it wouldn't mean anything, but just to see it, I mean, wow. So 2nd down and 20. Hand off up the middle to Scully. And we're able to watch that back, and he was clearly not down on the play. It'll be 3rd down regardless. And Riverview is going to call their first timeout of the second half. 50 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Rams on top of the Lightning, 41-14.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Third down and 17. Logan Carrillo now comes in at quarterback under some pressure, and it accidentally goes to Miller. He was trying to find Huffman, but it makes it 4th down and 5 now. And we'll see if Riverview elects to keep the offense out on the field, and it looks like they're going to. So 4th down and 5. Rams with 4 wide receivers. Isaiah Belt the back. Time winding down in the third quarter. We'll see if Riverview elects to get a snap off here or take it to the fourth quarter. They will. Lightning bring pressure. Open and a first down. They will fire it over to Huffman, and Riverview keeps the drive alive as we head to the fourth quarter here in Lehigh Acres. Riverview with the 41-14 lead and closing in on second place in the district.
Somebody help!
When Sarasota needs a hero for their roof, Mighty Dog Roofing answers the call. Serving Sarasota homeowners with expert roofing, installation, and repairs. Trusted by your neighbors from Lakewood Ranch to Venice. Fully licensed, insured, and committed to 5-star service. Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Are you thinking about working with Mighty Dog Roofing? Well, check this out. Schedule your free inspection today, and you can receive $500 off your next roofing project. That's a top dog offer right there.
Proud sponsors of Riverview High School football. Let's go Rams!
Welcome back on in. Fourth quarter action. Rams on top 41-14. Parker Nippert back in at quarterback. Isaiah Belt in the backfield with 1 rushing touchdown already, trying to add on to his stellar career here at Riverview High School. Only 1 regular season game remains. Nippert over the air. Has Huffman. He is so elusive. Down inside the 5. First down and goal at the 3-yard line. Huffman is just so elusive. It's so hard to bring him down on initial contact on that first play. He just sidesteps you and makes it look effortless. First down and goal for the Rams as they move inside the Kettle Hyundai of Sarasota red zone. Nippert in the shotgun, Isaiah Belt to his left. Handoff up the middle, gonna be close. will mark him down inside the 1 yard line, trying to find his second score of the game. You just have to imagine that this ball is going to go right back on the ground to Isaiah Belt. Lehigh stacks the box. And he somehow, some way, did not get brought to the ground, stayed up on his feet, and Isaiah Belt gets into the end zone. And now Riverview is going to go for 2. And if they do get the 2-point conversion, this game will head to a running clock. 10:48 remains here in the fourth quarter. Anthony Miller on the near side, one-on-one and alone. Sheffo and Huffman, the wide receivers on the far side. 3 yards to send it to a running clock. Nippert to Huffman. Can he get there? It's going to be close. He does. Trent Huffman converts on the 2-point conversion, and this is a running clock. 49-14. Riverview moves it right down the field. Huffman a big impact, and then Isaiah Belt the exclamation point. Again, Arsenal Productions will be live for the preseason games for Riverview Girls Soccer on Monday at 5 p.m. and on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And then the final regular season game for the Riverview Rams, which will be October 31st, a little Halloween football action on Friday night. The graphics team and I, we're going to get in the lab and put a couple of Halloween themes, graphic, a little spooky stream we're going to have for you guys on Friday night. You're not going to want to miss it. Make sure to subscribe to Arsenal Productions for Riverview football, soccer, and baseball all season long, go along with the University of Florida rugby team. Not that any of you guys are into rugby, but it'll be here on Arsenal Productions. And there's a nice return right there. Somehow still on his feet, just evading tacklers. Levi McKenzie, he went down on that last lightning drive, able to come back and make an instant impact. So first down and 10 at the 37-yard line. So first down and 10, 8:38, and a running clock. So with this loss, Lehigh is virtually eliminated from playoff contention. Now, you can never say never. The FHSAA rankings are quite the toss-up. It took, even after a Riverview 46-23 loss, 2 weeks for Venice to finally be ranked above Riverview. Lehigh will end their season at home against Riverdale. First down carry goes for no gain. Lehigh falls to 3-6 on the year. And once again, they have really struggled since joining the district between Venice, Riverview, and Sarasota. It's one of the tougher districts to be in. Obviously, Venice just won a state championship last year. They have 2 in the last 4. And then this Riverview side has always just been a solid unit. The games were a lot closer back in 2021 and 2022, back when 5-star running back and now Alabama running back Richard Young played for Lehigh. And on second down, it's a backwards pass for a loss of 10 yards. Riverview won both of those games back in 2021 and 2022. In 2021, it was a 14-2 win. Lehigh's only points were on a safety. And then in 2022, it was Riverview who came away with a close win, 31-28. It was a game in which Riverview limited Richard Young to only 59 rushing yards, his lowest rushing total, and I believe his entire career in high school came against Riverview. But Lehigh was able to keep it close, but Riverview came out on top. Dangerous throw, and then did that get hauled in? It did. What a reception, and the wide receivers tonight for Lehigh have just been very solid. It's Josiah Brown again. Between him and Mackenzie and Brown, they've really been the foundation for this offense tonight, and he's shown flashes his guest. It hasn't been a productive day at quarterback. It's obviously a 49-14 loss that, or could be a little less or more. But it's been a game that you've seen the flashes from quarterback Rayful Guest. It's his second start. He hasn't gotten a lot of playing time, but he's been productive tonight at times. And it's something that the Lightning are going to need in that final game, which is on Thursday, not on Friday. We saw a couple of Thursday games around the state of Florida. A couple of games in the Gainesville area. One of the top 5 teams in the country, or in the state, Pujols, came away with a dominant win over their rivals. Eastside continued their success. .6:15, the clock did stop due to the water break. So that'll be the last time the clock is stopped, unless we do have a timeout. First down. Guess going down the field. Receiver has a step, and it's batted around and incomplete. And the ref gets taken down on the play. Second down and 10, but all the attention turns to the 10-yard line where the official got taken down. Will step aside as the official gets attention. 5:54 to go here in the fourth quarter. Rams on top of the Lightning, 49-14.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art. Our facility...
So we will be one official down as he's going to get checked out and walk off the field. So second down and 10 coming up after the incomplete pass. Threw it into traffic, and it was bobbing around, and the official just got caught up in all the action. Guest in the shotgun. Throwing it near side, and it is hauled in. And a nice move right there from Pender Jr. Inside the 25-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Lightning. Lightning trying to end this game on a positive note. It's been another nice drive from Guest here, who, like we've said, has shown flashes tonight. Guest wants 6. But he'll end up with an interception to his name. This Riverview defense comes away with its 3rd turnover of the night. It's Cashew who picks it off, and Riverview will be taken over at the 20-yard line. The fumble forced by Caden Huffman. 3 interceptions. And it is first down for Riverview. Clock continues to wind down here at the Lehigh Lightning Stadium. We'll take a quick sec to show you our playoff bracket, Class 7A Region 2. We'll give you a quick look at it after this play. Logan Carrillo comes in at quarterback. Carrillo to Huffman, and Huffman will get it to about the 11-yard line. You see, Riverview will host Alonzo. These are just based off the current standings. There are still 2 weeks for these to change, but your 1 and 2 are most likely now locked in. And as it's slated now, Riverview will host Sumner or Winter Haven. Sumner has had a good year and would not be an easy opponent, and neither is Alonzo. Alonzo is a solid team. They had a rough game against Palmetto to start the year. They are actually going to be finishing that game. It was 17-0 and got called for weather, just like when that Naples Riverview game got called for weather. However, Alonzo and Palmetto are resuming that game, and so we're going to get a better feel, if Alonzo is the matchup that Riverview has, of how Riverview matches up against that Alonzo side. Palmetto got a big win over Manatee last week. 31-13 the final score, as Carrillo fires it over to Huffman. And it'll bring up third down. Riverview and Manatee used to not play often in the 2000s, but the rivalry has been seemingly getting back to normal. Had a great battle back in 2023 when both of those sides were some of the top teams in Florida. Riverview, led by Braxton Thomas, was able to walk out of there with the win. Third down and 9. Carrillo once again has Huffman. And he stays on his feet. This kid, man, he is ridiculous and gets thrown to the ground. What a tackle that was. Just picked him up and threw him to the ground. Jadel Castillo in on the tackle. Under 2 minutes to go here in Lehigh. And a timeout called by the Lightning. 1:25 to go here in quarter number 4.
The vehicles aren't the only thing that's state-of-the-art.
Addison
Our
Resco
facility
with you here
is second
at
to none.
Lehigh Stadium.
At
So
Yellow
glad
Hyundai
to have you guys with us all season long. Again, Arsenal Productions will be live for the Riverview Rams soccer, boys and girls this season, along with Riverview Rams baseball. You're not going to want to miss it, so make sure to go and hit that subscribe button so that way you do not miss any of the content this season. And Carrillo gets taken down.
We got a sack at number 5. Rotate.
Clock continues to wind down. And this very well could be the final play tonight. Hand off to Connor Scully. Taken down at the 30-yard line, and that should wrap things up here tonight in Lehigh Acres. Maybe one more play. I don't think Riverview has to get one off. Riverview will pick up their 7th win of the year. A little dancing there from Baker, along with Ashton Clough. The vibes are high in Riverview country again. They bounce back from the loss against Venice and pick up a 49-14 victory over the Lehigh Lightning. They cement themselves at 2nd in the district, and they have all but locked up the number 2 seed in the Class 7A Region 2 playoff bracket. Lehigh falls to 3-6 on the year, and it's a tough test on the road against Manatee next Friday night. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight on Arsenal Productions. 49-14, the final score. I'm Addison Rusco saying so long from Lehigh Acres.